Hey everybody, Mah-Dry-Bread here. This is kind of an impromptu vlog to update you guys on the Streamathon. I meant to do this last week, but I was so busy. So first of all, right off the bat, just real quick, if you don't already know what the Streamathon that's going on right now, it's to basically keep my business afloat. I made a vlog on this at the end of the previous month, beginning of the previous month. It was like late August or just a little before that. I made a vlog that goes over the money stuff and the Streamathon stuff, and I really recommend that if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go watch that because that gives you all the context. The incredibly short version is that I got hit with a whole bunch of accounting fees, vet fees, and business tax fees that can't be paid in installments all at the exact same time. Thousands of dollars worth over the course of 2 days. And so the reason the Streamathon was all of last month and this month is because I have to pay that by the end of September. So I wanted to give you guys an update for those of you who have seen that vlog and want to know what's up. So first of all, I'm sure you've noticed I haven't gotten to stream as much as I wanted to stream. And I've been pretty vocal about that on Twitter and on the pre-streams and stuff because it bugs me too. I really want to be streaming more. You remember back in April when I streamed literally every single day for the entirety of April? I got to plan that ahead of time a bit and it made it a lot easier to follow. Whereas this one is 2 months of a Streamathon and I've probably not streamed as much as I did in April. I think I've done like 20 streams maybe across 2 months rather than 30 or 31 across 1 month. And that's mostly because this came out of nowhere, and you know it came out of nowhere. You saw the previous vlog. So it's understandable and everything. But I already had a lot of prior engagements that are very important. I obviously can't stop doing the Pokemon challenges or anything, especially when this is a whole fundraising thing. I shouldn't stop making the thing that you guys primarily come here for and still makes good money and everything. So there's good news and there's bad news when it comes to the updates of the streams. The bad news is I haven't been able to stream nearly as much as I wanted to, but I have a solution to that we'll get to in a minute. The good news is that the Save the Business Fund has actually gone really well so far. We haven't met our goal. It's kind of like a stretch goal though, because originally the goal I set was 5,000 Canadian. And I mean, 5,000 Canadian wouldn't have covered everything, but it would be enough that I could maybe squeak by for another couple months after paying for all the random fees that came in. But we got a few big donations. Most notably, there was 2 different people who donated 2,000 each. I don't get quite all of that 2,000. I lose like 100 and something each time in the transaction fees because those are very big numbers, but still it's incredible money. It's literally the biggest donations I've ever gotten in my entire history of streaming and YouTubing. It was nuts. One of them was anonymous, which was especially nuts, but no, they were real. People have been incredibly generous. And in fact, when I got near the 5,000 goal, everyone in the chat just told me, raise the goal so that you can cover yourself for a little bit longer because, look, I was pretty clear about how that was like the minimum of this would get me to cover these exact bills and nothing else, and I would still be in an I would still be in a financially bad spot, but like it wouldn't be horrible. I could handle it and everything. Nope, so everyone wanted me to raise the goal, which is nuts. So I raised the goal and you guys donated more. The goal is 8,000 now. We haven't reached 8,000, but that's okay. It's still so much. So I am going to be able to pay that tax now, which I'm very excited about. I don't know why I can't pay it in installments, considering I think I did last year, but I don't know, man. I don't know accounting very well. I asked my accountant if I can pay in installments, and they said, unfortunately, it has to be paid by, I think it was the 30th of September or something like that. It was the end of September. So I'm going to be paying that. Today is the 16th. I'm planning on sending off that money on the 20th, I guess. Yeah, probably I'm sending that off on the 20th. I already paid the other things, which is awesome. And I do have a little bit of money where I'm still losing money without more fan funding, but I haven't been able to total all of the new Patreon money and YouTube membership money yet, and I'm sure that is helping more than I'm currently aware of. So you know what? Things have actually gone a lot better than I expected. Even though I haven't been able to stream nearly as much as I really want to. So I said I have a solution for that. I think my solution is just I'm going to stream a lot more often in general. Now, I didn't get to do everything I wanted this month, and I'm still obviously streaming more. In fact, right after I finish recording this vlog, I'm making a protein smoothie, and then I'm coming right back to this chair. Sabu, don't scratch my chair. Sorry, Sabu scratched my chair. I'm coming right back to this chair that he scratched, and I'm going to stream more Super Mario Mon, which has been a really fun Pokemon Fire Red ROM hack. I've also been doing, what's it called? Fire Red Rocket Edition, which has been really, really fun too. That one's been really fun in its own different way. I love the way that ties into the storyline of Kanto. Don't scratch my chair again. I wish you would stop doing that. This chair's not cheap. Right. So, I want to finish those. I don't know if I'll be able to finish those in September. I don't think I'll be able to finish both because they're longer than I expected, but I am definitely going to keep streaming. And I'm doing Conquest and probably new Pokemon Snap as well, because I've been meaning to play that one. So like those games I was saying in the Streamathon announcement video that I want to play, yeah, those are still on the docket. I won't necessarily be able to get to all of them in September, but there's no reason this has to stop at September. I have plans going on in October because my girlfriend's moving in. So that's gonna, obviously I'm gonna be a little bit busy during that moving process. But after she's settled in, I just want to get back to streaming more often. And I think it'll be a little easier to stream a little bit more often with more help around the house. So, if anything, I'm going to be streaming more often in general, and that's kind of my solution. I'm not going to just extend the Streamathon to go on for the rest of time. I feel like that's false hype. You know what I mean? That's just making it feel like there's an event to try and trick people into donating. I don't like that idea. So I think what I want to do is keep to the usual end date of the end of September for the Streamathon, like I said I would. I know it's September Subtember on Twitch. This has nothing to do with that. I'm not even doing most of these streams on Twitch. Most of these streams have been on YouTube. So this has nothing to do with that. This is just bad timing of, is when business taxes happen and stuff. So I'm just going to stream more often in general. And that's going to include a lot of Pokemon stuff. It's going to include some not Pokemon stuff, more Wrestling Empire and SmackDown vs. Raw, because I know a lot of you guys really love that, and I love playing those games. I have a lot of non-wrestling fans who have gotten into Wrestling Empire because the game is so goofy and fun. So that's always really fun. People always demand the return of Newbie Nate, or Skater Nate, as his new gimmick is. So I'm really looking forward to doing that again. But I'm also having a lot of fun with these Fire Red ROM hacks. I think they're both Fire Red ROM hacks. I'm pretty sure that Mario Mod is based on Fire Red and not Emerald. But what Pokemon mod is not based off Fire Red, I swear? I feel like everyone I see is based on Fire Red. Not literally all of them, but you know what I mean. It's pretty common. So I'm just going to be streaming a lot more in general after the Streamathon is done. I'm going to be aiming for 3 times a week as my average. Maybe it'll be more like 5 sometimes. Maybe it'll be more like 1 or 2 sometimes. I don't know. It depends on the week. It depends on the month. It depends on what's going on in my life. But I want to be streaming a lot more often. And I think that having a donation goal on screen, that's a lot more of a smaller, modest one, is going to have to just be a thing going forward. You guys have all seen the YouTube views getting hit across YouTube and everything. And I'm in the middle of a big back and forth here, like... Spiffing Brit was trying to say that, like, oh, it's not restricted mode, this is just cyclical behavior, but then there's another YouTuber that's like, yeah, it's not restricted mode, but this isn't cyclical. There's this observable trend a lot of YouTube channels have, where on August 10th onward, their YouTube, their desktop views aren't getting counted nearly as much, but their mobile views still are, and yeah, I looked at my analytics, I see the same thing. But that said, my channel has been 50% mobile views for like 6 years. My channel's been mostly mobile viewers ever since I got big on the Pokemon challenges. Before that, it was mostly desktop viewers. But I don't know. I guess the people who watch the Pokemon challenges are more likely to be watching it like, listening to it on the side on their phone. On their phone while they're like doing stuff. That's pretty common. Or listening to me while they sleep. They say that all the time. So maybe that explains why I have so many mobile viewers. That doesn't explain the whole site-wide thing. Almost everybody... Am I out of focus again? I swear. Sorry, I keep the microphone so far down and back so that I don't go out of focus, and yet sometimes it brings me out of focus. I don't have autofocus set on either. I tell it to focus on the center of the screen, and it still thinks my mic should be centered some of the time. It's really annoying. Speaking of really annoying, can I just... Hi, Nudie, come here. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Hey, everybody, this is Sept. He's gonna squirm, because he doesn't like to... Oh, no, he wants down. Okay, you can be on my lap. He doesn't like being picked up while I'm sitting. He likes pickups when I'm standing and when I'm walking. Okay, Nini, let me move the keyboard for you. Sorry, we have a visitor on this vlog. You can see his tail a little bit. If I'm looking off the side like this, I'm looking at my camera preview so I can make sure I'm still in focus and I'm still kind of centered and stuff. But my camera, I need a new camera mount for my camera because it is so lopsided, and anytime the desk shakes even slightly, it flumps over to the side so much. Like oh God, I'm off center again. I'm like below frame where I want to be in frame. I'm gonna have to fix it in editing. It's agonizing. And now I hear an ice cream truck. I don't know if that's audible for you guys. This is the best vlog ever. Okay, no. I'm just gonna keep going with the vlog. Okay, so it's so loud. Okay, it sounds like it passed by. It's just really loud. Okay, so I'm gonna be streaming a lot more in general. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm gonna be streaming more right after this vlog. I just need to like go make a protein smoothie so that I have a little sustenance in me because I'm in the process of trying to fix my sleep. I just woke up at like 5 p.m. It's 7 p.m. right now. So I need to rehydrate. I need to get food in me. It parked right outside my house. Man, I have the worst luck. Anyway. I love this disaster vlog. I'm not re-recording this. This is just how it's gonna be now. Okay. I just wanted to announce that I'm gonna have a donation goal as a more regular thing that's a smaller, more modest amount because I feel like I'm at a point in my YouTube career where it just makes sense to do that. You guys have probably seen that complaining about how bad the Canadian economy has gotten has become a whole genre on YouTube. Literally, you will never run out of videos of economists explaining how bad the Canadian economy is compared to other countries. It's so much worse. So much worse than literally any other first world nation, okay? Our population rose by 3.1% in the last year. I believe the next fastest growing economy in country is Nigeria at 2.5. And we did not even get 1/4 of the new homes we needed to raise by that population in a year. This has been going on for 10 years. Well, longer than 10 years, but especially bad for 10 years. Look, the average median rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in Canada now is $2,300. I'm so lucky that I got my place 6 years ago and is rent controlled so they can only raise it by like 2% a year because I'm paying $3,000. And if I were to get this place today, it would be over $5,000 and I wouldn't be able to afford it. Same thing with my mom's rent. I pay my mom's rent for her. And if she were to try and get that place today, she could not. If we had to go get new places today, we'd probably be living together in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's not that I don't make good money, it's that business fees in Canada are insane, rent is insane, groceries are insane, and it's much worse than in most countries. You're always gonna get people from America who say, but the economy is really bad here. It's not even remotely close to Canada. I implore you to look it up. Please, because I've researched the economy in America, as most Canadians have, because a lot have been moving to America, because it's way more affordable. You gotta understand, we're being priced out of our own country. So yes, I am still probably moving to America at some point, but it's a lengthy process and you need to have money to be able to do it, of which I do not have at the moment. So I'm just focusing on my career very hard right now, and I think part of that is going to be having to push fan funding a little bit more. I'm not going to paywall stuff. I don't like paywalling stuff, but I've added a lot of value to the Patreon and the YouTube memberships, and I'm going to be having donation goals on my streams, and my streams will be more regular. I feel like that is a reasonable solution. I don't like being reliant on YouTube and their fickle algorithm. I'd rather rely a little bit more on fan funding and in return give you a whole lot more free stuff to watch that you wouldn't have had before. more streams so that I'm working and giving you something entertaining that you can watch. And if you optionally feel like you want to pay for it, you can. The show is always going to be free. Don't feel guilty at all if you can't afford it, or even if you just don't want to. And if you were donating and you have stopped donating for literally any reason, whether you decided you hate me or you still love me, it's okay. Please feel no guilt for that at all. I understand that everybody is in a different financial situation. You are never obligated to donate. I will never hold it against you. It's all cool. And even if you donated $1 once, I appreciate it. It means something to me. I need to get food in me desperately. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.